We were really anxious when we first started doing the podcast. The more we got into it, the more comfortable we were with doing things.
Yeah.
So it's a really good motivator to get you out and doing things. So I would really recommend trying it out.
Oh, yeah.
We're here today with Gulli and Ellie in a Meet the Volunteers video for Anxious Minds. Gulli and Ellie currently host the podcast and are in charge of the Instagram page. So let's speak to them a little bit, find out about that, and find out a little bit more about Anxious Minds. So, what's your educational background? How did you discover Anxious Minds, and what made you decide to participate as a volunteer?
We're both third-year psychology students at Northumbria University, and we ended up finding Anxious Minds through an internship opportunity for the radio show. So it's quite like a general advertisement for the internship, so we were both very interested. So we applied, got the internship, and were given a lot of creative control to make whatever we might want related to mental health, which we did and found great enjoyment in, and now we run our podcast at the Anxious Minds radio station.
We were given the opportunity to show our own aspects of mental health and our own sort of opinions on everything. So we're really interested to be able to talk about whatever we really wanted and work on the radio station with people.
Right, and could you tell us a bit more about what you do in terms of the podcast?
Oh yeah, our podcast is called Anxious Tea Time, where we discuss like all the wonderful aspects of mental health and illnesses, we say, on our podcast. It's more of a accessible way to discuss more very complex topics in a way that might be more relatable to people.
We also like talking about the different views on different choices of mental health. Like there is the gaming aspect, which is one of our episodes that we did previously, that there's always this one opinion that people have on mental health and gaming, and we like to show people that there are different views on mental health and it's not just this one specific thing. And we don't want it to just be a show where we're just throwing statistics and just these one opinion things at people. We want to make it more relatable for everyone.
Right, so was the podcast initially your aim when you came here? And what kind of opportunities does Anxious Minds present for volunteers?
I think our main aim, and it still is making the topics around mental health more accessible. We try to get away from the dichotomy of someone being completely mentally healthy or completely mentally ill, and realizing that for most people it is very complex. We all have mental health, and we try to reflect that in the topics we discuss. We have episodes more focused on a specific disorder, for example, but we always try to kind of make it accessible for other people as well, because again, it's not either you have this thing 100% or you don't at all. And just talking about things and tips and different aspects of it can be very, hopefully, relatable and helpful to most people.
Yeah, we just want to raise awareness and show our part that mental health is something that should be taken seriously, and we want to show that people that they're not alone, and that we can show our own personal experiences, and we can show them so many different things about mental health, like the symptoms or things that you can do, or just things that could affect it and how you feel. And you could even see it in your friends, and hopefully that they can help someone, so you've helped them through other people, and it's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, and Anxious Minds has definitely given us the opportunity to reach out in that way, like first with the podcast and now also on the Instagram page.
Right, so how would you sum up your Anxious Minds experience so far?
Oh, it's been wonderful,
Yeah,
hasn't
we
it?
absolutely love it. They're so welcoming here, and it just means that no matter how you feel, you would like to come in here, and you have so many opportunities to do so many different things, because Anxious Minds isn't just this one thing. You can do, there's therapy here, there's one-on-one, you can work on the radio, you can do a podcast on the YouTube channel, our Instagram page.
Yeah.
There are so many opportunities that you can get here.
Yeah, and everyone's very lovely, and everyone's also very, very respectful and considerate of our needs as well. Again, if you don't want to be on camera, you don't have to. If you don't want to write a certain things, you cannot. There's always opportunities, and people are always very, very friendly as well.
Right, now I've mentioned Instagram. So have you been able to expand your volunteering experience into these multiple formats? Mainly focused on Instagram here, because I think we'll cover the podcast.
Yeah, I think we will focus on Instagram, which is at Counselling Services, spelled with one L. I think we're going to more focus on just telling a bit more about the different services we offer, because that was something we were both quite surprised by, even after starting to work here, is that like we offer so many different things. in terms of not just volunteering opportunities, but also services. Everything from support groups, social groups, counselling, and all these different things. And I think it's something for almost everyone if you would need some extra support.
It's also a really nice way of helping people through different types of mediums as well. So it could be something as a silly picture of what we're doing that day and showing them that, hey, this is going to be out, this could help, or a meme about mental health and something that can help, or it could be a top tip, it could be anything. So it's helping people in different ways, which will reach out to more people.
Excellent. So how would you say Anxious Minds has informed your education into and opinions of a career in mental health?
I mean, we're both already psychology students and we already want to have a career in mental health and therapy, but this has definitely made us more aware of how to...
really opened our eyes about the different views of mental health, because we do something that's very clinical in psychology. We write research papers when this has given us the opportunity to look into more detail about different types of mental health, the different help that you can get and the different aspects, and that everyone isn't just the same, it's all individual differences, and there is someone who's going through the same thing that you are.
Yeah, being able to look at things in a more personal way, because again, we're quite used to learning about mental health in quite a clinical way, a bit of a distant, almost cold way. So it's definitely nice to be able to talk to a more general audience and being more mindful of the people you're talking to and how you're talking to them, and the kind of sensitivity you have to have when you're communicating with the general audience.
Right. And finally, is there anything you'd like to say to or share with the regular podcast listeners and YouTube viewers who may also be interested in volunteering for Anxious Minds and the benefits of doing such?
Oh, definitely have a good look. You can visit our website at anxiousminds.co.uk. There's a lot of information about the different volunteering positions as well as our services. Of course, now check out our Instagram, which we will be running at Counselling Services, which will be great. You can also email us at info@anxiousminds.co.uk. So just have a little look. We would definitely recommend it, if nothing else, just for the environment and just how it's always nice to feel like you have done something. Gives you a bit of a purpose, doesn't it? Feeling like you're reaching out to people, feeling like you're doing something worthwhile.
Yeah, never feel like anything can hold you back in this place either. So if you do have a mental health disability, it will not hold you back here, because there are so many different things that you can do. If you don't want to be in front of camera because you're anxious, then you don't have to be. You can go on the blog, you can do a podcast, and it really does build your confidence as well. Because we were really anxious when we first started doing the podcast. The more we got into it, the more comfortable we were with doing things.
Yeah.
So it's a really good motivator to get you out and doing things. So I would really recommend trying it out.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, Gulli, Ellie, thank you very much for your time.
All right,
That was
thank
excellent.
you.
Thank you.